Hello everybody, this is Joel, aka Bourbon Dingo, and welcome to episode 42 of my second series on Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. During the last episode, we usurped the title of England, the Kingdom of England, which basically turned the king, who was the Duke of Asturias, as well as the King of England, to just the Duke of Asturias. So as you can see, Asturias has spread about a little bit, and he lost a few of the areas that he had just previously claimed. But currently our goal is still to push him even further off the continent here. Though this is probably going to be fairly slow going. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and... and the other thing that we were now concerning ourselves with was changing the royal laws to get up to a medium or a high crown authority. Though, honestly, the medium crown authority would probably be the best of the choices. Though we can change succession laws, I'm not going to be doing that. One of the things I will be attempting to do here is at some point, once I get these up, we'll start changing around the succession laws back into a seniority position. Let's get the clock started and get going. Alright, one thing I did right before I popped this up, by the way, was... Alright, we have a... Marco Polo has returned and talks about the land. I think we already had that pop up at one point. One thing I did do and didn't really notice whenever I did it was right when we started, I made a mistake in announcing the correct episode, and in process of doing that, I had also given the barony of Enniscorthy down here to someone. So that was just a guy that I pulled up through the intrigue. The intrigue brought him into the court and gave it to him because we were at a 8 of 9 or 9 of 8 scenario up here, so I was getting a small penalty for that. But we have almost gotten everything we need done down here. Alright, he wants us to let a duke go, one of the Dukes of Badajoz. Alright, let's actually see who he's talking about. Because... Alright, we imprisoned him for some other reason than he revolted. So, we can't revoke anything from him. Alright, we got some measles breaking out. And as you can see, we have a portion of... We have Orkney over here, and we're trying to claim the rest of the British Isles. I do believe our next goal after that is going to be more focus up here on taking the rest of these areas away from Norway. And then what I'm going to do is probably try to unite the area down here. But realistically, all we're doing right now is waiting for some time to pass. Alright. Got somebody trying to fabricate a claim on Pembroke, and this would be a guy that actually really likes us. So I'm not understanding exactly why he's trying to do it, but we can easily ask him to stop. So let's get that going again. Right, and he easily gave up on that. If we take a look at us, you can see that we do have a truce with Prince Jordan of Pembroke. So even though he's lost his title, we still have a truce with him. If, by some miracle, he actually survives out to the end of that truce. Just going to start claiming little pieces here and there. Let's go figure out where our Chancellor is currently. What he's doing. He's attempting to sow dissent in France. And I'll let him keep up at that. There's no real reason to try to press those attacks. We do have some issues over here of, it appears that the Duke here is, where's he at? Right down here. At war with Mercia. So we'll see how that works. But let's keep that going on. Cumberland seems to be a hotbed of disease. The Okanit are massive. Alright, we had someone die, and we went ahead and gained all of his titles from him. The Duchy of Reged. And once again, I think that's one area up here somewhere. Yeah, it's officially one area. So let's go ahead and... I actually don't have anybody in court, though... Oh, I do. Actually, we gained somebody. And he does very much like us. Let's go ahead and see if I can't arrange a matrilineal marriage with him for one of my daughters. Very good daughter, but what I do want to do is go ahead and attach her to him and turn this into a matrilineal marriage. And then we're going to turn around and grant him the county of... Well, let's include the Dutch, because we're going to give him the Duchy of Reged, which is only one place. It's going to be Westmoreland. But that'll make him Duke, and any children they have will become my, of my dynasty. We have somebody claiming he'd be a better chancellor than my other chancellor. And he would be only barely. So I'm going to go ahead and knock some of that prestige off. Okay, we have a proposed marriage of King Adam of Aragorn and one of my other daughters, age 26. And we'll go ahead and do this. This is just a traditional marriage, and she wants to actually marry the king. So we're going to make that happen. Also, we just sent a daughter off who apparently has the Great Pox, which I believe, if that's what I remember correctly, has... Alright, that's really interesting because he immediately died afterwards. So let's see if we can pull her back into our court before too long. Right, it says she couldn't come back to my court in that little thing that we had pop up, but she came back anyway. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to find her just someone to marry off to. In fact, we have the Coggin of the Okanit here. I'm going to go ahead and marry that off. The daughter apparently going to marry the Coggin of the Okanit, who did not look very Mongol at all. I'll have to go look at that up real fast. My granddaughter won't eat anything. She doesn't want to become fat. We're going to say temperance is a virtue. The marriage is a success. Let's take a look here real fast. It's because his father, who was Coggin Kagatai of the Okanate, was married to the Dowager Empress Maria of the Okanate. And, okay, so he had a German mother. So, that makes a little bit more sense. Let's go ahead and disband that retinue. I think I have a few years left. Let's go ahead and try to expand possibly into Molina here. And if I can expand through just... this is interesting. The Duchy of Navarra owns one of the castles here. But if I can expand just into that area, that might be worthwhile. I'm actively expecting the Emperor to pass away at any time. I believe I've read somewhere, though, that whenever you're actively expecting someone to pass away, that's when they live forever. So, alright, we have somebody who is trying to kill one of our counts. We can get him to end the plot. This is simply a Baron of Haverford. Let's see where he's at. He's in our territory, but he is of our bloodline. So we're going to go ahead and just get him to end the plot. Alright. We had a faction pop up. Let's make sure I don't have anything it's going to come and bite me. We have a 20% group here, and that's going to be possibly the... that was our goal, was to go ahead and attempt an assassination of our son, who is apparently in Insegal. So I'm going to see if that actively does what it's supposed to, which is add us some assassination chance, which it did. We dropped our percentage chance of being found. We'll go ahead and give that a shot, and it did work, so that's good. One of the great things about that is that those should go away. And that was the largest of our faction problems. So that's always good. And whenever we finally pass away and it goes to our brother, there'll be one less person trying to claim the throne. Alright, France has reclaimed some area here. Assuming that very soon we're going to start running into some issues with France. One of our counts has been excommunicated. He's the count of quite a few places, actually. He doesn't like us at all. I believe I'm going to leave him excommunicated. Alright, so Gotland has given us 1,000 gold for whatever reason. Okay, we just had our Chancellor pass away, so let's go ahead and appoint a new Chancellor, who is going to be one of our dukes, Cadwallader, whatever his name is. But I am going to move him right back down in here, and we're going to send him back to Molina, on the off chance that I can grab that before I pass away. Alright, we can arrest him because he's excommunicated. I believe this is the guy that we just set into rulership. We'll leave him be currently. If he gets attacked, he gets attacked. Come down here. I want to see what their laws are. I always forget how to see someone's laws for inheritance. Agnatic, cognatic, primogeniture. So it's going to continue to go through his children. So what we may be waiting for simply is for a we have somebody here who's trying to kill the guy that I think we just set into being asked to embargo Pisa. And I'm going to go ahead and decline that, because the only people I'm really tempted to actually embargo would be Genoa, and that's probably going to be in the future whenever I'm more interested in the possibility of uniting the peninsula here. Let's keep that going. He won't end his plot. So I think I'm going to attempt to, and I can't imprison him. Why can't I imprison him? He is one of our... Can I request his excommunication? I cannot. I can, in fact, do very little with him. So he's going to be sitting there for a while. Which is weird, because he's in my righteous imprisonment availability, but I can't actually do anything to him. Alright, there is another plot going on, so let's go ahead and try to end this one as well. Looking at a few of the claims, we have Sweden and Aragon as places we could possibly claim if we were interested in doing so. Alright, my granddaughter's going to be humble. Okay, I'm going to take a quick gander here. Aragon is under attack right now by Earl Gregory of Zaragoza. And we could take another decent chunk of Aragon just by attacking them. But as I said, I believe right now our goal is much less dealing with that, much more just letting some of our time pass through. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of our castles. Spend some money on some upgrades. We did have something right down there. New longbow range down there. Alright, let's take a quick gander here. We have a Welsh heir. Right beneath him, his granddaughter, who is married in a traditional marriage. And this is where we're going to start running into some problems. And a traditional marriage is... We've got to get him a son. Which means we need to kill his wife. Let's go ahead and take a quick look and see what sort of assassination chances we have. We have a decent assassination chance. In fact, if we take a look at her real fast, she's at the court in Dover of Kent. Which is going to be right here. So let's go ahead and pull up our spy network here, send them into Kent. Let's drop down to him and see about assassinating him. 61% of the 15% be discovered. I'm going to go ahead and spend that money. And we've done it. I'm going to go ahead and keep watching to make sure that he actually has a son. In fact, let's see if I can arrange a marriage on my own. I can with the simple courtier. He's not going to get much from the courtier, though. He'll accept it, and that works for me. It's a traditional marriage, which means that all the children be of his dynasty. And at age 19, she has plenty of time to have a child. Like I said, the real goal here is to make sure that at some point he has a son. Because he's had 5 daughters, and he allowed the daughters to get married traditionally, not matrilineally. Alright, taking a quick gander around, see what's changed a bit. Venice seems to be spreading a bit further in. Golden Horde seems to be as powerful as the Golden Horde's going to get. I'm not sure if anything can really stop them. The Okanite seems to be spreading into the Holy Roman Empire now. Alright, let's take a look at our truces that we currently have, see what we're looking at for length of time. 1308. I've got 4 years on my truce with Norway, but I only have 2 years on my truce with England. So if I should find this king living out to 1306, 1307, I'll go ahead and start pressing some claims on some of the smaller areas here in England, just one at a time. Specifically, he'll get one and likely won't live much longer past that, so we can turn around and immediately press a new claim. Right, this is interesting. He's won a large portion of the area over here. What I'm actually going to do here is see if I have any claimants of my dynasty floating around, and I don't. They're all of a different dynasty. Specifically, they won't join me. I'm going to stop real fast, take a look, see how long I've been running. I've been running for 21 minutes. Swinging out as we're waiting for more stuff to happen. Go ahead and see who's ruling the Oakenit. Alright. And I have a grandson who will become the heir of the Oakenit, though I believe the Oakenit may have ultimogeniture, which means the youngest member of his dynasty will actually inherit. Currently that appears to be him, but it could change. Holy Roman Empire appears to be at war with the Oakenit right now, and is mostly split up, so they'll likely not be able to actually do anything with it. Alright, since we don't really have anything going on, I'm going to go ahead and jump the speed up to about a 4 and let time start running through. Taking a look at who we can imprison. He is currently excommunicated. I think I'm just going to ask, and the Pope actually doesn't like him that much, and doesn't really like me that much either, so we can't get that excommunication kicked out. And as much as it keeps telling me that I have a chance to righteously imprison him, I can't, because it's not allowing me to. We're in another faction form. Taking a look, we have a large faction forming for independence. We need to try and take care of this if at all possible. I only have a small percentage chance of having that actually work for us. Simple assassination will end up being a little bit too difficult. We can ask him to stop backing a plot, and he might accept. Let's ask him if he'll do that. And we're going to send our spy master in to attempt to scheme on one of those that are backing that large group. Specifically, Count Duke Radolf of Cordoba, which we could actually buy him off, likely. Let's go ahead and, okay, we sent him the gift, and that's about the best we can expect from him. We'll give him a child to educate, however. Granddaughter who's age 13. Let's go ahead and send it to him to educate. And that'll get his appreciation of us up to enough to where he'll probably go ahead and back off. Taking a look again, you can see that he's got 100 opinion of us, and he immediately drops out. He was not the largest leader, though. The reason we have the largest leader is the Duke of Moray here. And I'm not real sure how I could handle that. We're going to go ahead and let that keep running. Alright, we hope they know Falcon Lead. And a peasant revolt in Cordoba, so let's jump down there and see what's going on. As you can see, there's, I guess, been a peasant revolt going on. No, this is because of Calatrava here. Can we pull up troops to aid in it? We can. And that'll go ahead and finish out that battle. Apparently we could only pull up 19 troops there, so it didn't really do us any good. Duke of Moray is attempting to fabricate a claim on the Kingdom of Goodwick. Let's go ahead and pause real fast, because this is possibly what I was waiting on. Let's take a look at factions forming. Another relatively large faction forming down here, though I believe I'm going to try to send him some money. Award him the honorary title of the Cupbearer, which should get him up to 95, so he should go ahead and drop his claim on, or his involvement now in that faction. But what we are going to do is attempt an arrest on the Duke of Moray here. Got a 50% chance, so I may be able to do it. Alright, and we succeeded in actually imprisoning him, but we're going to leave him prisoned now. Get the clock started up again. Alright, we expressed some of our cynical views, and that made people dislike us a little bit. Alright, and the Mongols have sacked Damascus. Burj al-Rus. By the massacre's few survivors, the Tower of Heads. It's time for those of the true faith to stop the scourge, but I'm not sure we could actually stand up against them unless the Pope actually calls a crusade, and I don't think I've ever seen the Pope call a crusade against someone of the Orthodox religion. I don't even know if it's possible, to be honest. Let's take a look real fast and see where our... It's June 18th of 1306. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Duchy of Asturias. See if I have any claimants again. No claimants that will join us because they're both... Go ahead and send her a gift real fast. I should jump that up. And she still won't join our court, but that's because of the false religion. But it was worth the test. Alright, we're up to almost 4,000 gold, and I'm starting to run out of areas to spend. Loath to add castles and such. But I may go ahead and start building possibly a temple. Let's build a city right there. Alright, the population in Burgos has been changed to the Catholic faith, so let's go ahead and see where he was at. He was in Cadiz, which means it's probably still, yeah, he's still trying to get it, but we only have 2 areas now left in the area we control in the Iberian Peninsula that aren't Catholic, which is good. Alright, once again, as you can see, we still have our problem here with him trying to kill someone of our dynasty. Alright, once again, we're going to say, you know, we hope they know Falcon Lead. It's making our intrigue actually jump up fairly high. We had a peasant revolt in Soria, so let's pop down here. As you can see, there's a small group of soldiers fighting them, but that should go ahead and give us the advantage on the rebels. Cleared them out. And alright, I'm going to bring the speed back down, and I'm going to let you guys go. But right before I do that, I believe what I'm going to go ahead and do is declare war once again on our friends, the previous English, in an attempt to go ahead and just take Essex from them. I do have some simple claims, but these are of people that already have areas of their own, so I want to go ahead and make sure I don't give that to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to claim Essex, and that'll give us just this small area here, possibly. Let's go ahead and make sure that I don't want to attempt to... See, I've got a few of these claims that I need to press at some point as well. I don't believe I have any claims on the actual duchies that they're in, because I believe they're all separate. What we're going to do, and I didn't mean to click off like that, is we're going to declare war on them for Essex. And clear out their holding right there. We've declared war, and as you can see, all their armies have turned red. As well as the armies down here. This right here is an army that I believe is a what's it called? One of the holy orders, so I don't think this will come into play against us. I'm hoping it doesn't, but we're going to go ahead and start prosecuting this war during the next episode. Alright guys, thanks for watching.